Victory Tuesday feels different this time, Broncos Country. And it's because of one man. Denver finally has a running back who carried this team to glory, JK Dobbins. On his legs, on his back, the Broncos pounded their way to a statement win, and it feels like the answer fans have been waiting for. Some will say, it was only the Bengals. They didn't even have Joe Burrow. But let's be honest, this is exactly what great teams are supposed to do. You dominate the weak. You crush the inferior. Nobody mocked the Patriots during the Brady years when they dismantled bad teams. So why should Denver be judged differently? The Broncos didn't just win. They overwhelmed Cincinnati. Nearly tripling their total yards, racking up 29 first downs to just 9, and owning the crucial downs when it mattered most. Yes, the penalties still sting, but even there, Denver came out ahead. This wasn't luck. This wasn't chance. This was power football, the kind that sends a message to the rest of the league. The Denver Broncos have found their spark. The Broncos didn't just win, they owned every phase of the game. Time of possession, total yards, first downs, third downs, even penalties. Every key stat leaned orange and blue. That's exactly the kind of dominance Denver fans have been waiting to see. And once again, the spotlight belongs to JK Dobbins. The plan was clear all week: this team was going to run the football, and they were going to run it right at the Bengals. Extra blockers, heavier sets, everything pointed to a ground-and-pound attack. Dobbins answered the call, becoming the first Bronco in 38 games to eclipse 100 rushing yards. That streak was painful, but Dobbins ended it with authority. What makes him special isn't just the numbers. It's the vision. He doesn't crash blindly into defenders, he reads the field, waits for the opening, and then slices through with perfect patience. At times, it felt like watching a younger Le'Veon Bell, waiting just long enough before exploding through the gap. No, he's not the fastest back in the league, but his burst is more than enough to punish defenses. Add to that his east-west agility, the ability to bounce outside on wide zone plays, and suddenly Denver's running game looks alive again. And don't forget about RJ Harvey. Paired with Dobbins, the rookie showed flashes of what he can bring to this offense. Together, they gave Broncos Country a glimpse of what this backfield could become: tough, dynamic, and relentless. What made this win even more exciting was the balance in the backfield. RJ Harvey stepped up as the perfect complement, a back who can impact both the ground game and the passing attack. That's exactly the kind of versatility Sean Payton envisioned when Denver brought him in. On this night, the vision finally came to life. Dobbins delivered 101 rushing yards. Harvey added 98 scrimmage yards of his own. Together, they nearly hit 200 yards of total offense, a 1-2 punch that gave Broncos Country a glimpse of what this backfield was always meant to be. From the moment Harvey was drafted to the off-season signing of Dobbins, the plan was clear: build a running game that could change everything for Denver. And in this game, we saw that plan realized. The first half offense flowed because of it, with the ground attack setting the tone early. Yes, the offense slowed in the second half, and there are still questions to be answered. But the positives cannot be ignored. Denver finally has an RB1 in JK Dobbins, and a young, versatile partner in RJ Harvey. This backfield feels different. It feels real. And it feels like the beginning of something Broncos fans have been desperate to see for years. But let's be real, there are still problems that can't be ignored. Against the Bengals, Denver got away with them. Against a team like the Philadelphia Eagles in Week 5? Mistakes like these will get you destroyed. The biggest issue came from the offensive line. Luke Wattenberg committed 5 penalties in a single game. Not 5 from the entire unit, 5 from one player. That's the kind of breakdown that kills drives, kills momentum, and nearly cost Denver control of the second half. There's no advanced stat or film breakdown that can soften it. The truth is simple: those penalties were unacceptable. If the Broncos want to compete with contenders, discipline has to match their talent. Because 5 flags from one man is not just sloppy, it's disastrous. The offensive line struggles continued to shine a spotlight on Luke Wattenberg. There's no way around it, he was flat out bad. If he doesn't turn it around quickly, Denver may be forced to look at the draft for a new center. That's the reality. 5 penalties in one game is unacceptable, and the Broncos cannot afford that kind of liability in the trenches. And it wasn't just the line. Troy Franklin also had a rough night. The rookie's potential is undeniable, but drops at critical moments stalled what could have been an even bigger performance from Bo Nix. Twice, Franklin let catchable passes slip through his hands, throws that would have added more than 45 yards to the stat sheet. Were they perfect passes? No. But in the NFL, if the ball hits your hands, you have to make the play. That's the difference between good receivers and great ones. And while Franklin's flashes of talent are real, he'll need to tighten up the consistency if he wants to become the weapon Denver believes he can be. Troy Franklin is still on pace to shatter his rookie numbers. Through just 4 games, he's nearly matched his total yardage from last season. The talent is obvious, the potential undeniable, but the drops must stop. 1 every now and then won't sink you. 2 in a single game? That changes drives, and that cannot continue if he wants to become the dangerous weapon this offense needs. Then there's Evan Engram. Something is clearly wrong. Maybe it's injuries, maybe it's confidence, but right now he is a non-factor for the Denver Broncos. The mistakes are glaring: missed awareness on the sideline that cost a red zone completion, and flat-out drops on routine throws. Plays that should have been simple gains turned into wasted opportunities. The Broncos have been waiting for a tight end to step up and give this offense a true vertical threat. But right now, Engram isn't delivering. Whatever the reason, health, execution, or both, Denver is left without a reliable option at the position, and it's becoming a serious hole in the passing game. If you think Bo Nix looked off, watch the tape again. He was sharp, delivering throws that should have been caught. The truth is simple: Evan Engram, Troy Franklin, and Luke Wattenberg all need to be better. And if one name stands out above the rest, it's Wattenberg. 5 penalties in one game cannot happen again. It wasn't a flawless performance, but it didn't need to be. The Broncos walked away with the win, and that matters most. Now they sit tied with the Chiefs for second place in the division, just 1 game behind the Chargers. And looming in Week 5? A clash with the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. That's the kind of test that will reveal who this team truly is. The mistakes must be cleaned up, the execution must be sharper, and the fight must be relentless. Because the Eagles will not forgive weakness. But after what Denver showed against Cincinnati, there's reason to believe. This team has life. This team has fight. And this team may finally be ready to remind the NFL that Broncos Country does not back down.